All right, greetings. Join us. We're going to messages and to the Q&A. All right, lessons. Greetings to you. It's Archangel Michael. Blessings to you. Blessings. Yes, there's many transitions, of course, as usual. Yeah, we expect a lot of hidden timelines becoming known throughout this year. Of course, seeing the future might not be, some might see cataclysms possibly, but that is a false reality from other realms of people having a parallel reality. But there's also, it's just that some timelines want to stay hidden. So they might show something that most likely will not happen here. This is why somebody get premonitions like, Armageddon, things like that. This is your astral realm wants to keep a mystery. That's for the timeline when it fully comes in to activate a major event, basically. So some might sense it, possibly get premonitions of it before it occurs. Really, but a lot of times it just happens out of nowhere normally. And sometimes usually governments are known to create timelines, but secretly, as you know, through your health situation. So sometimes your scientists are creating the timeline, but it's also agreed upon in their society. So just of course, as you go more to a higher vibration, a lot of your manipulations on the planet are removed. And that's going to be the next thing, is removing much of the manipulations. As you know, there's many of them, kind of like a jail cell to some degree. But that is also, manipulations are also to keep people on this planet also. Keep them in the physical, keep this reality going. So as you go into more of a higher vibrational energy, these locks begin to unlock and be able to connect more with yourself. You don't have to worry about the future anymore. And you can just enjoy life, go places, and just feel free. It's like you're on vacation. And that's when the higher vibrations come in. Of course, there are some that just can't handle that. But that's really where the higher vibrations truly engage. Basically, having distractions. you set your timeline. And some are already developing that already. Those that have time to do that now, obviously that's done on purpose. To bring in the higher vibrations, quote, not seen. And doesn't mean they're always going to see the future timelines, but they know something is on its way. They're a little bit more keen to it. So there's the more time you have for yourself, less distractions, the more more of it you're doing astral work. So that's another reason why so many are unemployed also. They have more time to themselves. So really, greetings to you. We are from Sirius. We are the gorilla people. Greetings to your incarnation cycle, human evolution. Realize there are 8 planets where we are aware of alien energies, and some of us are okay with it, some of us are not. We're still trying to make a relationship with each other because most of us don't really get along with each other overall. Some of you have, you're basically our ancestors. So we are Planet of the Apes, basically. If you want a problem planet, of course, our planets are normally hidden, and some of our worlds are in Orion. problem places, basically. So wherever there's a problem somewhere in your universe, usually there's an ape world there somewhere. Now, some are very pleasant and kind, and sugars and roses for everybody, and others are just can make it more difficult for everyone. It's like your planet. So seeing that ape, of course, you have a lot of reptilian energies, but apes and reptilians aren't known to get along with each other. I guess it all depends on this world. You have a lot of reptilian agendas here. The apes, we're basically keeping you going forward. The ape part of this world is just keeping you, bypass a lot of the reptilian manipulations. It's just because it's like on this world it's ape against reptilian. On other worlds it's the apes that are causing all the problems, and the reptilians are trying to figure it out. So so we're most of us are backing the human course. Some of you might disagree, but of course it's not usually seen that well, but over time it will be. So we give hints of our existence. Sometimes it might show up in your pop culture here and there. Over time, people will start to realize our civilization through downloads, through dreams. Some of that might be a little bit much at this time. So, but you never know. Blessings to your connections here. Greetings to you. We are the consciousness of the planet Uranus. Greetings to you and your incarnation cycles. Yes, of course, you incarnate. Many of you are crystal beings, as you probably know. And so you add many incarnations to help you be human in this form. There's a lot of, some of you are flower people. Maybe not everyone in this group, but out in your internet world or your physical world. So there are flower people, there are crystal people. That's another reason. Well, the flower people are very connected to the Earth's energy. The crystal people are connected to the universe. So the flower energies are, as you reincarnate to different flower energies, of course, that's the fairy energy also. That's basically the fae is a reincarnated flower overall. And of course, there's substance there for, for drugs. So basically, you're getting high off the earth. There are, of course, better ways of doing that, but some aren't. You can have better drugs on this world. Let's put it that way. You have, it's not used wisely, and it can really upgrade your energy fields. Ayahuasca is okay, but there's actually better ways of going about it. But we're not here for that. We're not chemists, but we are the Uranus vibrations here to use your questions.
Oh, greetings, Uranus. Blessings to you. Thank you for coming in this evening. That was very interesting messages. A lot there.
Mm-hmm.
Up first this evening, we have Stephen.
Hello, Uranus.
Greetings to you.
Greetings to you. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Thank you. Much love. Much love. Thank you for being here. I was wondering if you could help me with a dream I just had recently. A really cool dream. Well, it basically starts off where I'm holding a briefcase and I'm searching for this location, this place, and so I'm going around a little bit, wandering, trying to find it. I enter into this building, and at first it just looked like a regular building, but then when I got into it, I was like deep inside the ice, and in this ice, there's like a lot of people, a couple people walking around, and they're like finished. It seemed like they were finishing up something, and this ice was like a tunnel. It was like a T, and one side of the tunnel where like you could enter into the ice. It kind of felt like it was Antarctica. Antarctica. But one side is like you can enter into the in water, and then so I started asking around. It's like, hey, have you seen this place? I showed them my paperwork, whatever. It's like, have y'all seen this building, whatever? And most of them wouldn't talk to me, or kind of ignored me. And then finally, one person said, "Oh, just go over here to this elevator to the end of the T." And so I go into the elevator, and then I ride the elevator for some time, and it finally gets off on the floor. And so I'm walking around, and there's a couple people there, and I start asking them. I was like, "Hey, do you know where this building is? You know where this place is? This location I'm trying to find?" And they're like, no, no. And they asked me if I worked there. And I was like, I kind of lied. I didn't think I worked there, but I said, yeah, I work here. And so can you help me get to this place? And so this one guy, he kind of like escorts me to the elevator, and he starts pushing buttons. Then he says like, oh, you don't really work here, do you? He's like, no. And he's like, well, can I speak to your boss or something? He's like, no, nobody talks to the boss. He's like, no, nobody can go up there. They won't see you. And then I did something at that time, and then he said, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I guess the boss will see you, right?" So then we go onto the elevator, and he pushes the button, and then we go up and up, and it seems like we're going way up. And what's so weird about it is that I was like, "Man, were we underground?" And so we go up into the sky, and then it turns into like a tube like thing. And then I started getting kind of scared because I could see the outside is like clear. It's like we were like in the clouds. And we go up, and then it got real scary because we were going vertical, and then it changed to horizontal. And then we started going horizontal. I was like, man, this is scary. And then we finally go into like this ship or a cloud, a building in the clouds or something. And we get into there, and there's this tall Egyptian-like guy, and he's doing something on a screen up above him. And I was kind of looked over to the screen, and it looked like what I thought is like he was manipulating reality. He was controlling people or something. And I was like, man, you can't do that. He turned to me. He started like grunting. He's like, I don't know what he was saying. He couldn't talk my language, but then he like powered up to like. And what's cool is when he powered up, both his hands glowed, and then he had this Egyptian writing on his neck, like right where his chin, all the way down his neck on the front side, and that started glowing. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And he was tall. He was like 10 to 15 feet tall. When he came up close to me, he's really tall, Egyptian like dude. So just wondering if you have any more information.
Yes, you were in Antarctica. That did happen. So you see, in your way, I mean, it feels like you were similar to like a Tom Cruise. Like sometimes you even take that look to some degree of like you're, undercover. But yes, you're seeing the controls from Antarctica, and you're seeing the pharaohs, manipulating, your reality. And this is all happening currently. So if you're elite to allow you to see this, I believe they're trying to heal their karma. So your elite are also, I believe, in fear of themselves of becoming revealed, at least physically. So at least they can let that out to the dream. So that was very real. And I believe you made an agreement for you to bring that dream through and also publicize it. So yes, all that happened. So I believe you're just getting information there, exposing what they're doing. But there's more to it, but they're blocking the rest of it. So blessings.
Yes, thank you so much. That was awesome.
Yes.
And since you're here, second question is real quick, is Uranus. Since you're here, I know I'm connected with y'all. Yeah, your planet collective. Just bring through any maybe crystallize or anything from y'all's society. Thank you so much.
Well, you come here as a time traveler. You do come through the mantis because there's a lot of mantis positive ones and not so positive. Well, the mantis had a lot to do with the DNA of humans, basically to preserve it, to unlock it. So they worked with much of the Anunnaki. So you say you're a protector of the DNA of human that eventually came into what you have, and you can say even with brief cases of DNA, if you want to look at it from a human perspective. So there are also other worlds that have human DNA, and actually facilities, not people, just DNA. There's actually many worlds, and I believe you have an incarnation on all those places, but you're not human there. But you do know about what's going on there. Those being protected, preserved. They're not going into details of what that's all about, but that's all we have at this time. Blessings.
Thank you so much. Blessings.
Yeah, very interesting. You're saying briefcases of DNA. I was getting like Noah's Ark or Ark of the Covenant kind of
Yes.
stuff.
Yes, you can look at it in different forms. It doesn't have to be an actual briefcase, but yes.
Very cool. All right, thank you for that. Up next, we have Logan.
Greetings.
Yes, rings.
For my first question tonight, I would like to know if there are any messages from the Men in Black.
Feels like it's like the men in gray that you connect with, basically those that are a little bit more neutral. They're not, of course, saying where they are, but you have a connection with them. That's all they're saying. They're not going. They're actually blocking our connection to them. So the Men in Black energies, you're there to heal. A lot of it do connect to them through the grays. Basically, they do show you they're stopping a lot of the abductions, at least some of them, that are not necessary. Where some grays are kind of programmed by other beings, just like humans are being programmed. Aliens are being programmed too. It's not just the grays that get programmed either. So you're part of a lot of deprogramming of what's going on in astral, from what I can see. Like child abductions, it seems like you're healing a lot of that.
All right, interesting. Thank you. For my second question, I would like to know if there are any messages from any of my guides.
It seems like you bring color to those friends of yours, and some of them some do have a lot of fear. They're going through anxiety that they're not really showing, but you can sometimes sense it. So they do show you're getting more telepathic with some of your friends. May not be the clearest at this time, so not fully ready for it. But you're connected to you're feeling they're becoming, at least on an energy level, they're becoming more open. Maybe not on a mental form, but sometimes you can sense what they're going to say before they can say. You might already be going through that already. So you're just helping them heal their stress through all of this. And so you probably know them for quite some time in the future, but it's not quite sure how long, but you'll know them as long as you need to.
Thank you. Very cool. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we got Daria.
Hello there, Uranus.
Yes,
Greetings. So, I have so many questions, but I have to narrow it down. So, basically, first thing first, I have like weird dreams. I had with Bill Gates, was a thin guy dressed in a nice dress. I was meeting him and drove to the place where I'm going to meet him. And we were talking. I was trying to draw him a pineal gland. And then I asked him what he was eating for dinner. And he said steak.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And then behind me, there's my ex again, which I fucking don't understand. Why is he always somewhere there trying to be there in my dream or in my realities? I tried to push him away. And he's there on the computer. So do you have any messages there for the whole...
Well, it seems like your ex is being programmed. So the Bill Gates is doing a good job programming him. So your ex is trying to find some way out of it, but he's not quite ready for it yet, it seems.
Yeah, he appeared in another dream where he was at the computer looking at porn, and then, there's like this similarities, him at the computer, which I think is odd.
Well, it feels like at one time he was kind of like a Terminator for you, like to terminate you. Maybe not in death, but terminate your energy. And he failed, so now he's becoming more obsolete. So, that's what we see there. His purpose is waning, as you probably know. So of course you're going to see him wandering around because you're his target.
Oh yeah.
So
oh, yeah. makes
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, there are you again. Well,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, a missed opportunity by him at least. So
yeah. He
you're
kind
yeah,
of
you're still
was.
part of his program. That's why he keeps showing up. So you can delete that program or find some. In the Bill Gates, I believe you're there to heal that energy, and of course
Yeah.
he's in the stake. So the show he's far from it. So he's the stake is his pineal gland. so
Oh
so
yeah. So there was a message there was hidden and deciphering it, so I can
mhm.
go. I he was kind of childish in that dream. Was like
Mhm.
didn't want to talk to me. Like, nah. Like
Well, it's uncomfortable for him to be around you. Yeah,
Uh.
he has to do what his controllers want him to do.
Okay. Well, and then, um, I would love to hear my connection with you, maybe, or any
Yes.
other.
Well, yes, you're connected to our psychedelic realities. You can say
Hmm.
Uranus is a dream world. We are you can say an astral planet. We are here to like assist with the astral world on your world and others. We're more of a higher
Cool.
vibrational frequency. So with your connections, yes, you can bring some of the Uranus energy to other people, and it's like it's like cocaine, or you can blow it on them or something like that.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I saw that.
to
Yeah.
help them dream, or just it's more like here's a dream world to unlock yourself. Think of like that.
Cool. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, I kind of need that lately.
Mhm.
So, can you just before I go, can you blow that thing on me tonight so I can? Thank you.
Yeah. So
Love
blow it on
ya.
everybody
Okay, cool.
that wants it.
Even
Yes.
better. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, blessings. Yeah, I'm feeling it this week. I could use a good night's sleep.
Mhm.
All right. Up next, I have Hazel's question. She asked me to read. Her first question. She says, "Hello, Uranus. I'm doing some quantum work. I found extensive barbed wire, as well as a medieval style morning star in my upper body. What is your sense of what this is about?"
Well, yes. Well, the morning star is part of your plane, gland. It's part of your sight. But I feel like you're just removing old connections. We feel overall. So some of them are biblical. We feel Bible connect. You have Bible lifetimes here somewhere in your ancestor incarnation cycle. So basically, you're tuning yourself. So any type of biblical energies, you feel anything, Moses, anyone, when you bring that vibration, look into that, or possibly maybe Roman energies are there. Feels like you're just doing a reset, from what I can see. So you're just basically doing work on yourself, as you know.
Okay, thank you. Her second question. The astral realm has been particularly porous and physical for me this past week, even during waking hours. Barbed wire has been an issue here too. The best way I can describe it is that it feels a bit like retaliation is being carried out. Am
Mm-hmm.
I off base on this?
No, it's correct. It doesn't want to reveal itself. The astral realm, there's a lot going on. It will be a lot revealed eventually. This isn't. There's a just yeah. Why people are having trouble sleeping and all that is there's major changes on their way. So the astral realm is changing. So the astral realm is going through many events currently that'll eventually come into your reality. So yeah, many are getting ready for a transition. As for what that is, it's not making itself clear. So next week could possibly be clear. It's hard to say at this time. Sometimes you want it to be a little bit, active like that.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we have Catalin.
Hello, Uranus. Um, uh, Hi. I have a connection with Uranus, and I would like to know if the consciousness of the planet is what it's um, influencing the astrological energies.
Yes, it gives you a simplistic view. It's a protecting energy also. It connects you to the astral realm, basically. Not everyone has a Uranus connection, but yes, you have a. It's basically so you feel safe what you're doing. You're doing a lot of self-healing throughout this whole life. So yes, our energy is like a capsule around you. You know, it's like a shield, around you. So, but yes, it's helping you with your health also. But it's helping your soul adjust to this Earth's energy. I mean, you're a foreign. Your soul is pretty foreign to this world, so we're just helping you with your incarnation, you can say.
Interesting. What is the role of not the role, but the significance of the chakras?
It's your connection with spirit. It's all your. It's help the human be the human. It's your emotions. It's like your Akashic record, your spiritual Akashic record for you to function here. So it gives your body life. You know, it's what your spirit, when it connects to your body, it goes through your chakras and keeps your body active. So it's like it's like your spirit is the oil of your existence, but it's going through in and out through your chakras to keep you going.
To keep me going or keep the body going?
Anybody going. Keep the body going, yes. Keep everyone going.
Is it like a breakdown of the God in like a few pieces?
Yes, you can say that. Yes, it's a piece of the spirit realm that's here. Yes.
Super good.
It has your timelines within it. It has your what you're here to do. So it has your blueprint.
So it's like breaking down of what you are here to do.
Right. Yes.
Super good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You go through your emotions and you come close to the timeline, and you kind of you debate: should I go through this timeline or wait for these emotions to clear out and then experience that timeline? So there's always a question and answer going on through everyone.
So it's like a more visible mirror of what we have to do.
Yes, exactly.
I super appreciate very much your assistance. Thank you.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we got James.
Hi.
Yes, greetings.
I was told that I'm more connected to Uranus than Jupiter. Can you tell me why it is, or more about my lifetimes there?
Well, you used to, as a Uranus energy, used to the higher dimensions. So the 6th, 7th, 8th dimension. So you brought that knowledge. Well, Uranus vibrations keep, to keep your body surviving this environment. So it's like information. Keep your spiritual information with you, because you can have a Martian energy and cut out your spiritual vibration. Like many star seeds come in with different planet energies. Some of it's Uranus, some of it's Neptune, whatever it might be, to keep that spiritual knowledge within you. So like many become third dimensional, very just they cut out the spirit world altogether. And a lot of them are very Martian. So of course there are spiritual Martians out there also.
Is there any places like on Earth, like cities or nations that are really connected to it?
Parts of Canada, Nova Scotia mostly. Parts of some of Europe, we don't really have a real name. Germany has some. Spain has a little bit also, but Nova Scotia has a lot. And Greenland. And Antarctica. I guess there's a little bit here and there.
Antarctica's
And Archangel.
connected to Venus too, right?
That's correct.
Is he? Oh, thank you.
Okay, blessings, thank you. Up next, we got Silverclaw.
Hello, Uranus.
Yes, greetings.
Can you hear me just fine?
It's a little bit muffled.
What if I speak a little louder? Is that
Yes,
a
that's
little
better. Yes.
Oh, great. Okay. I'll just turn off the fan just 1 second. Okay. My first question. Um, I did the older woman I sold herbs to a little earlier today steal 1 gram from me?
Possibly. She's still going through what she has with what she just purchased with you. So it's a possibility. She's not sure of it at this time.
Oh, so basically, I'm asking if she did like a switcheroo. Like, there's like a nickel that you can put on a scale, and it's 1 gram. I was just wondering if she like pulled that move on me, like where she like takes it out, and then it's like I'm giving her more. Did
No,
she
it
do that?
isn't. It's not very clear. We don't believe so, but it's
Well,
not
well,
very
well at the very least, like, was she trying to steal any
No.
amount from me? Oh, so
I
she's
don't see it.
trustworthy.
Well, that's up to you to decide on that.
Yeah. Oh, well, as long as she wasn't trying to steal, I mean, that's basically.
Mhm.
I'll go
But she's
from
done
there.
it. She's done it in the past, so. But I don't believe she's doing it with you currently.
Okay. Well, if you don't see that, that's great. My second question. How about Daryl? Is he still a good person to sell to?
But once again, that's up to you. I mean, it seems like it's fine overall.
Okay.
But yes, it seems like it's fine.
Yeah, I was basically asking because a while ago I asked a question about him, and I was just told to be careful who I share my secrets to, and I mentioned his name, and there was kind of like a hesitation, but yeah, I have asked even before then, so that he's
But
still.
if you're just selling to him, it should be fine.
Okay. So thank you so much.
Yes, blessings.
Hey, love you guys. Bye.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next, I had Braden's questions. He asked me to read. His first question: are there any messages for me at this time? Thank you.
No moments. There's a lot of timeline clearing that you're doing of focus. It's hard to focus on where the future will lead you. You're incarnated for relationships, trusting relationships, building relationships, and trusting yourself in relationships. So you've had lifetimes where, and you're not alone, obviously, where you've been in relationships and been stabbed, literally stabbed with a knife. You probably know that in some regard. And of course, something like that does not leave you very quickly. You know, you kind of hold that for quite some time, through lifetime to lifetime. So I feel like you're pulling that dagger out slowly. Sometimes you keep that memory with you just in case. So, essence.
Thank you. His second question: are there any messages from the tall whites for me at this time? Thank you and blessings.
Yes, they are part of the further regions of this galaxy. So, the reason why they're on this planet, as you probably know, is to protect it. Well, they feel like this is a very important part of the human evolution. Of course, not a world. Of course, there are tall white worlds that are very difficult. Also, I believe you've been there. So they want to make sure this world doesn't, ruin itself. And that's one of the reasons you're obviously do not have to be in the physical form, but for you, it felt, you can bring tall white knowledge into this reality for them to be better understood. So, yes, they're very connected to the deserts, desert glass. So, you say desert, some of the desert glass comes from the tall whites. So, they use it on their ships for what they're showing.
Very cool. Blessings. Just talking about desert glass earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for that. Up next, we've got Tristan.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
My first question actually talk to me about Uranus, what's it like over there?
Well, there's different realities where, yes, a lot of us are tall, like 12 feet tall. Of course, you know, we're humanoid, but we're kind of scaly. We don't have like a human. I mean, we have fingers and things like that, but we're not your typical. We have elongated heads also, but we don't have the eye structure as you do. We look really alien, basically.
Ooh,
So
okay.
we're very connected to the squid also. Not that we're squid alike, but we're we can have a squid type of skin. So we have
Okay.
computers that can see things very clearly. On your world, we don't have the problems of your planet. We don't have these internet trolls or anything. We do see beings coming to your planet like reptilians, like we're gonna mess that world up.
Yeah.
And they do. The humans are like, oh, just give it to us. We're not worthy.
Yeah.
So you wonder why the
Not
aliens
knowingly.
haven't done much here. It's hard to do something for a world that doesn't really want help. I mean, some do. But majority is like, just give us more manipulation, give us more, take everything we can get.
Yeah.
It's a brave planet in that regard.
Well, we're doing it unknowingly, I think.
Well, some hurt. Well, you're not one of them. That's why you say that.
Okay.
There are others that know exactly what. Well, it's like going to a bar. It's like you shouldn't go to a bar, but they go there anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure there are vices on your planet too.
Yeah, the politicians bring in their dark forces here and control the planet, and yes, it's like some alien reality here. Yes, in our vibration, we can see the politicians in their true form. It's quite.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it hilarious, but in some ways it is. If people only knew, they're just talking to a bunch of alien beings. So.
I'm very jealous of that, but
Mm-hmm.
remind myself not to be. But anyway.
Well, you're here to unlock that knowledge here. You're here to help
Mhm.
people realize it, because it's running. See, the reason why all these manipulations here is because they're only going to last so long. So you're going to a new phase of. I mean, even the Earth in the past has had some peaceful times. Of course, it's not in your history books. It's just chaos everywhere. No purpose.
Can't sell peace, can you?
No, it doesn't sell history books. It doesn't sell news. It doesn't sell history books.
Good. My other question is just tell me more about me.
One moment. There is a lot of times you've had connected to the trolls on this planet, wizards. You know wizards very well here. You might not remember them, but you've seen magic done on the planet through Agartha. And one of the reasons you came here is to unlock a lot of those, or to heal what's been done. So you've spent, well, I see many incarnations of the fairies and elves and things of that kind. But you see the wizards causing effect in this realm. So that's why I incarnated here, to diffuse a lot of that negativity, to put an end to it. So you're doing a lot in the astral realm, is what I can say. So you've actually been apprenticed to many wizards in the Garthian realms. So you've been a wizard yourself. So you've learned from the greats, they say. So remembering that, it's just basically here to heal the timelines, basically. I also know many dragons, from what I can see. It just, they don't remember it. But I'll give it time. Well, in time, things will start to open up. Yeah, it feels like your third eye is pretty closed off for the moment, because you're doing what you need to do here. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, I'm staying very, very, very human right now, so just fine with me.
Yeah, just do what you need to do. Your astral realm is very powerful at this time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's something like the movie The Dark Crystal. It's something like that. that's going on even on the planet itself.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Up next, I have Marvin's questions he asked me to read. His first question: is there any advice on secret knowledge that you can ask Anu or Enki that pertain to getting in touch with him?
No, it's funny. We're going to mention the Anunnaki when you said that. Connection to gold. If you look at gold just anywhere, like gold sculptures, gold, anything with, golden relics, anything like that, I feel like you'll get knowledge from that. You'll feel something from it, especially from South America. He's been there when a lot of gold pieces are being created in his past life, Marvin's past life. So you see an Anunnaki, but they put their knowledge into a lot of these creations. And then people just think it's like a relic or it's from the ancient world, and it is, but there's a lot of information within it also. There is some connections with Egypt that he has that's blocked. Well, we felt Babylon's really the place for him to go. Of course, there's not much to go by, but some of the myths might open up some information from Nebuchadnezzar. There's another one. Nebuchadnezzar. If he connects to that, over time you'll see information open up. That's
All right, thank you. His second question: the dream that I had last night, is there a lesson or knowledge that I am not aware of? And what race were they? Is there a name that I can connect with?
What we see is the Palladians, the Malachi. There's also some tall white energies there. Also, I feel like you're connecting more with spirit, your spiritual self for your own healing. So you're unlocking a lot of your ancient history here. You're just not sure of how much you want to bring in. It can take you out of your timeline here, so you're very careful of what you bring through. You also have a connection with the Black Sea, like in an Arabian. We've had lifetimes in Arabia for sure, or as an Arabian being.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have April.
Greetings, Uranus.
Yes.
My question is relation to my physical health, pertaining to like my monthly hormone fluctuations. I've done everything I know how to fix my health problems and injuries I had in the past, and I'm doing everything right, but I seem to be getting worse in this department. And I know that your hormones relate to your chakras. So if my hormones are really off, I don't know if it's throwing my chakras off or if my chakras are throwing my hormones off, or what the energetic answer could be to what I'm dealing with. I'm just trying to figure out all options and angles here. See if you had anything to
Well,
shed
there is energy cleanse. Well, Buddhism energy or meditations. You just play something from a Buddhist temple, like positive energies, self-release. It just has to do with the frequency of the earth at this time.
Okay.
As your connection to the astral realm. Of course, you can change your diets, like smoothies or something to flush your system out. Liquid diet, or to try something that's more liquid that's good for you, or some kind of liquid fasting. That's up to you.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea to try. Okay.
Yeah, just do feel like that will have bananas. That's up to you. Whatever feels right for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And then I was just wanting to explore some of my connections with you.
It is your connection with the sea life here.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling it. Of course, as a Venus being, we don't have, the problems of your world. So I believe you've had Venus incarnations of seeing what's happening here. And even as a young Venus child, seeing what's happening, understanding everything. It's like your school is Earth, learning from a Venus planet, understanding the planet Earth, what it's going through, and to wanting to incarnate. So I believe you do have a parallel Venus incarnation going on right now. I believe you're a teenager right now.
Interesting. Awesome. And that explains here why when I was a little kid I wanted to study the ocean, and I went to school for to get a degree in environmental science, because I wanted to know
Well,
everything about the Earth. So
yeah, the sea life has a lot to do with protection of the Earth. That's why you want to preserve it. So you saw
awesome.
what was happening to the animals. So.
Okay, makes sense. All right, thank you so much. Great blessings.
Okay, very cool. Up next, we have Michael.
Greetings.
Yes.
I met a girl on Facebook. She was selling Moldavite. Her name is starts with an I. She's from England. Avina. I can't say it correctly. But anyway, after talking to her, it feels like my psychic. It seems like that I have lived lifetimes with her. Even though she's married now, she's very pretty and very sweet and very spiritual. And I just want to know, God, I'm trying to think of her name that would help you.
No, that's all right. We don't need her name.
And it just seems like, I don't know, I'm so drawn to her. Like, I you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't trust any women, but even though she's married and everything, but it seems like I've had a lot of lifetimes with her. Could you elaborate on that, please?
Well, yeah, she's the reason you found her is to heal the feminine energies that you're having distrust for. So you're remembering the positive connections with her to help you trust females again. So you have deep wounds right now, so she's just there for the healing process. So yeah, it's going to be kind of hard seeing all those lifetimes, and I feel like you're drawn to her. But of course, she's living a different life, but that's good she's married, because you need to focus on your own healing and your own new relationships too. So yeah, it's just there to heal trauma, basically.
Okay. And my second question is there anybody, Archangel, alien, spirit guide, has any information to tell me at this time?
You're releasing a lot of reptilian aggravation from the planet. Of course, you've been attacked by reptilian energies through family or your wife's family energy. So that is a elitist vibration that was there to actually block your chakras, even cause trauma, which it has. So over time, when you feel, you will be seeing more of your past life connection with that family when you feel the time is right. Because there is a karmic connection why that all happened. So we've kind of done this before. So it's just something that is Anunnaki connected. So, and you're here to heal that within yourself, but also to, on an energy level, to protect others from going through the same thing. So it's higher. I mean, it's a higher Anunnaki royalty that you're dealing with, but you are also the same. So, but you're not part of the manipulation. You step down from the manipulation. Obviously, they have not.
Yes.
So.
Will I ever continue being an angel?
Of course.
Before I reincarnated into all these different beings.
Well, you bring angelic energy through you currently. It's just that you've been through a lot here. It's hard to access it. So,
okay.
Yes. So it's still with you.
Okay.
So, angels put themselves through a lot.
I need everything I can get. Oh man, I can't. I do.
Yes. Understood.
Well, thank you so much, and blessings.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Dragon.
Hi, how you doing?
Yes, greetings.
This isn't my question, but we were just wondering if you're Uranus the planet or Uranus the historical figure / god.
The Uranus the planet.
Okay, cool. So I guess my first question is, there seems to be a lot of people, I think, that are becoming aware of how the police, and like not all of them are bad people. A lot of them are have been sort of getting used to sort of going past what our rights are and like trampling on our rights. I mean, there's a race element to it as well, where some races get it more than others, but in general, when police interact with anyone, they tend to be well, some of them tend to think that certain things are acceptable that are not really, acceptable, that are against the law, and those laws are in place because of stuff that's happened in the past that made United States break away to begin with. And obviously, talk about the U.S. And there's been attention drawn to people being killed by the police and stuff like that. And I was wondering, like, is this like the beginning of a change in consciousness of like humanity's dependency on police? And I mean, they're kind of always going to be needed to some degree, but I think they're a little overly aggressive right now. And are we moving away from that, basically?
Yes, it's slowly the relationship. So people are very reliant on that relationship with that energy on a conscious level. So yeah, the anger towards it is like it's like a lover is like pushing away a lover, basically. It's so all of a sudden you just don't need that relationship anymore. It's like, you've been intimate with this police energy because they can they have a lot of power here. On a conscious level, they can get into your life and see your whole they can see your private existence here.
So they're like avatars almost.
Exactly. So yeah, it's being diluted. It's going to get skinnier, you can say, or lighter, or however you want. It has a major force here, and it did what it was intended to do. But now people are becoming more reliant on themselves, and also be able to solve these crimes, and just have less negativity here. You're unwinding, the rope around, humanity, basically.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a significant decrease in the number of people that become policemen because of all the added requirements. They're being watched carefully.
Before it was a good thing, but not anymore.
That started with the cameras, and now there's people that make it their job to go out and audit police, and I think it's a good thing.
Yes.
They'll have to find other
society
somewhere else.
Society is going to work towards become more positive too, slowly. It's like maybe we should just behave a little bit better, or those that want to be authorities to be on a moral compass will start becoming known.
More like other worlds where generally you just let bygones be bygones, and then there's someone who's really nasty, then you deal with them.
Exactly.
Or whatever. So
you see neighborhood communities coming together on a vibrational level just to work out these problems here without violence, which is good.
Thanks. My second question is easy or hard one. I'm not sure. It's just, do you have any messages for me?
Interesting. You have, which is a mystery on your world, the black goo. I imagine you've heard of that somewhere. It seems like you have a connection to it. On a vibrational level, you know how it operates in the higher realms and its significance. Some people are afraid of it, but for you, it seems like you worked with it in other realities, so you know it very well. So it also helps you see timelines, the future, and so it's kind of like, I know it sounds strange, but black goo is the a crystal ball.
So. I'm not sure if you're talking about, I can kind of visualize what Earth looks like from outside of Earth when, I don't know, when I came here, it's just stepping back in consciousness. And it's like a big black ball with like electricity popping out of it.
Yes, and you're pulling from a higher consciousness constantly. It just feels like you're connected to what started the Earth, what created it. Let's put it that way. Which is black goo related. So look at it however you like.
Right? That's why there's so much oil, right?
You can say that. Well, you connect to the Arcturian consciousness also to just they felt it was necessary for you to be here. It feels like some of your Arcturian friends kind of give you like the kicks to come here. Like, here, just we'd like to see what you do on the world. So your collective is learning a great deal from you, as you know. Sometimes you might hear them laughing, or not at you. Well, maybe sometimes at you.
Well, they should come join us. We need more crystal children.
No, they're terrified. Well, what they show is like think of like, at least looking at this from a third dimensional point of view too, but it's like a table, and they're all around is like this crystal ball energy, and they can see your life and see other lives and things like that. That's what they just showed us. So you project what you want them to see. And of course you talk.
Everything, I don't care. Yeah. Anyway, much love.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, blessings. Very interesting. Up last this evening is me. Thank you again, Uranus, for coming in.
Thank you.
For my first question, I've been tired this whole week, and I was wondering, because not even a full night's sleep seems to make a difference. Have I been up to anything in astral, or you let me know what you see?
There's many timelines that are being created for the Earth, and you can say the human collective here is having a problem with it. So, but it is best for humanity. So they just have not come into your reality just yet. So we expect many changes occurring soon. You'll know exactly what it is when it happens. So you might have to go through this for maybe another week, possibly.
Okay, so that's just collective residue that I'm
Yes.
kind of filtering out.
Yeah, it's like you're putting your guide shows like a big medicine pill.
All right. Well,
So
is am I the pill, or am I distributing the pill, or
you're a pharmacist involved with. It's almost like the atom bomb, but it's for healing.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it's just fatigue and just constant, feeling like
You're doing a lot.
need a nap.
It feels like you're doing more and out. Yeah, you're running yourself dry, and so when you need a nap, you need to go back into astral or strengthening yourself. Yeah, you're working 24 hours a day there.
Yeah, I wake up in the morning and I feel like I need to take another nap. Yeah. All right. Well, it's only temporary.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks if you're lucky.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for that. For my second question, it's kind of more towards my higher self. I feel like there are times where my perspective can get kind of somewhat shaded just from past experiences in this incarnation. And I was looking to see if my higher self can share some personal thoughts and feelings about the human race.
Of your perspective of the human race? Or
well, I'm trying to integrate more of my higher self, but we're kind of like in opposite rooms, the way it was described to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to see from my higher self's perspective, so I can incorporate that perspective more into my heart center.
Well, your higher self, just wants nothing to do with this planet.
It's like, I assumed as much.
Yeah, it's looking at humanity. It's like, you went through this like 5 times and you still haven't learned anything, or it's probably more than that. So just see, your higher self just always hard-headed beings that are not wanting to grow. I mean, even in the spiritual community, as you know, they feel like they say that they're going to a higher abundance, but they're many part of a cycle of not going anywhere, as you know. There's like a false ascension that some of them are going to. Some of them are actually getting there, but it's very few. So yourself here is to make it real. So sometimes you make it here so real, your higher self almost gets offended by it. Because you find faults in your higher self, it seems. You might not be consciously aware of it.
It just feels like, just trying to understand and get a grasp of who I am. But it makes sense, when I hear you talking about my higher self. But yeah, you would think through spiritual lessons and practices that the higher self is, more closer to source and, more, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for?
No,
patient. Yeah, patient,
I understand.
understanding of the human
Mhm.
race. But he seems more frustrated than I am,
Yeah,
so
well, we see that you're more frustrated. You're frustrated with your higher self. It's like you're supposed to be in this higher realm, and it's like you have more flaws than the humans here.
jeez. Well, is that just my analytical side that just kind
Mhm.
of is very hard
Well,
on myself?
yeah. Well, you see it from an Earth perspective. It's like, man, I got a lot of work to do on myself, and the higher self's almost offended by that.
Hmm. Is
So,
there a
but
way to reconciliation for this relationship going forward? Because it seems like we're just not seeing eye to eye.
well, yeah, you will. You're just separate. I mean, it's separated for a reason because it's a higher self. You've had problems in their previous lifetimes also. So is this one you're trying? It's almost like a kid higher self. You have other higher selves. It's just one that's a problematic one that you're working.
Hmm.
It's
And
one that's, I believe, is kind of like a warmonger in previous lifetimes at one time.
the Genghis Khan incarnation.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't Genghis Khan, but I was one of
No.
his generals, right?
Yes, but this higher self kind of, it's not growing spiritually as it could be, even if it is in the higher realms. It's still kind of hard headed.
Hmm.
So that's why it came here to kind of release a lot of that aggression it's going through. It's a lot of it's, help it find peace of mind.
Yeah. Well, I try to find peace of mind here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess it's on multiple levels. I'm healing myself.
Yeah, part of you when you get frustrated here is your higher self is getting frustrated with humanity. So
Right. Right. Yeah. I definitely feel that. That's why I was looking to try and get some nugget of,
yes, it's
inspiration go
well,
forward.
the
'Cause
higher self is almost like has God complex, kind of like the Greek gods when they get mad at humanity, just send a lightning bolt to them.
mhm.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, and my higher self still is a mystery to me. I guess it's a surprise reveal to
Mm-hmm.
be able to come later on.
Yeah,
But
it's deep wounds. It's not something that's going to be healed over time, but yes, it will find its way.
yeah. Well,
All right.
thank you very much. Blessings to you. Much
Blessings
love.
to you all. Send you healing. Trust you. All right, blessings.